Alright, so what is going on, guys? So today we're doing a little bit of maintenance. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Day off. And the lawnmower just hit 50 hours, and that's when I was recommended to change the oil on it. So actually what we're going to do today is we are going to grab the trusty old Ryobi electric pressure washer, and we are going to wash the deck of the mower, give the whole mower a nice little wash, and then we're gonna let it dry off naturally, and then bring it into the garage and change the oil. So have it up on jack stands. That's the best I could do. Definitely need to spray the mower. That's deck, that's why I have it up on jack stands. The mower is filthy. I just got done cutting grass the other day, so yeah, definitely needs a nice little bath. Get this ready. Got a lawn to cut this weekend, so yeah, let's get to it. One of these days we'll get a gas powered pressure washer, but I wasn't really using one much, that's why I got the electric one. But now I wash all my equipment and stuff like that, so I'll eventually upgrade to a gas one. It's just sit there, hook the hose up. Nice thing about the electric ones are they're just super convenient. They just really, they're very easy to just get going. They just don't have that power, but they definitely are convenient. Then we're going to pop this off, and we're going to switch to this bad boy. Alright, I think that should be good. I don't know if we actually need to hit it with the foam cannon. That looks pretty good. The stronger power washer would definitely be a lot better for getting underneath that deck. It's been a pretty wet and humid summer, so every time I cut the grass it just gets stuck there, and if I have 3 to do in a day, 4 to do in a day, and then the next day I go right back out, it just gets caked on there, and it's tough. But for just power washing, I think that's pretty good though. And we're gonna let it dry off, and we're gonna take it into the garage, and then get to the oil change. Alright, so I don't have a 1/2-inch drain hose. I looked all over. I know I have one, but I have no idea where it's at. But what I do have is this old ass piece of hose. So we're gonna try this, see how that works. Alrighty, so let's get the oil pan. Let's see. So like I mentioned, I don't have a 1/2-inch drain hose. I do have this old piece of garden hose, and I don't feel like driving a 30+ minute round trip to Home Depot for literally just a drainage hose. So curious if we can get this to work. So for the oil change, we have the filter right here, then right down there is where we will drain the oil from. So I have to put on that part right there is where the hose has to go to, and then I'll loosen that up over here, and that will allow it to drain. Alright, so it's kind of hard to see, but we got the hose over top of it, so I'm thinking I'm going to cut the hose somewhere around here. like that. Nice little slip and slide. 3/8 socket set. And set this up here. Three-eighths. This is my first time changing oil in this. I bought it used, and I just put 50 hours on it. So this hose is either going to work, or I'm just going to flood my garage. So one or the other. An extremely inconvenient spot for a drain hose or drain plug. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's coming out. Alright, so it worked. Getting a little drip there, but nothing crazy. Alrighty. Alright, so the hose worked. We're filling up the oil pan now. So I was able to get the hose hooked up to there. I just shoved a paper towel in there for now. Able to loosen that up. I'm sure if I took it out a little bit more, it might speed up the process. I just don't know how far until it like completely comes out, and I don't want to like take this thing all the way out and then it comes out of this spot too, because that would be less than ideal. I can't even, it's so hard to see in there. And then even taking off the filter, I mean, once you take off the filter, we're gonna get a bunch of here we go. I was able to at least loosen that up a little bit. So I also just popped this off, let some airflow go through there. I did start it up to back it in here, so that should help significantly. Hopefully, you know, the oil's not hot, but it's warm. Yeah, I mean, it's coming out, so we're good. And then as for the replacement, 2 quarts of the 10W30 Kawasaki engine, 4-cycle engine oil. The dealership should be fine. My dealership switched to Kawasaki engines, so they all have the Kawasaki's, and luckily they did have a Kohler, so it's a 1205001S is the oil filter that we will be replacing it with. So we're gonna have all that going. No oil. So it looks like, oh, the oil is drained out of there. So what we could do is, holy smokes, we got a lot of oil up there. But I had a feeling that was going to end up happening, just because, again, this is a very poor design. So we're going to start screwing this guy back in there. If I can even do this. Man, this is like extremely inconvenient. Like, let me tell you how inconvenient this is. Poor design. Poor design. And I don't know if the hustlers changed, because this is, so I'm hoping that they changed this on the hustlers, because Bigdog switched into Hustler. Basically, it's a sister company. That's why my dealership was able to sell me this used with the warranty, because they still sell Hustlers. That's their big brand now that they sell, and they all have the Kawasaki's. They don't use the Kohler anymore. So hopefully they changed this design, because this design is just god awful. Like, I mean, there's no other way to put it, but just terrible. It's in there. I'm gonna have to wipe that off, but we gotta get this oil filter off now, and more oil is gonna come out. Yeah, buddy. Luckily, my wife used all these paper towels the other day, and then just threw them in here, so we're gonna reuse them. Okay. So now we can go ahead and get the Kawasaki 10W30 engine oil in here. First, let's get a little bit of oil on here. And we're going to pre-fill this a smidge. Alright, and then we're just going to screw this on there without cross threading her. And then snug, and we'll go a little bit more, and that should be good. Let's get this out of the way for now. Alright, let's wipe this. Alright, this says 2 quarts. I'm gonna grab this one. Internet says 2 quarts. Dealership said 2 quarts. So we're going with 2 quarts. Flip this over here. Move that out of the way for now. I have a new filter on the way, but it's not here yet. I definitely need to replace this. But for now, since it's not here, we'll just have to eat some dust by blowing off this one until the new one comes in. Alright, so it's not perfect, but like I said, I have another one coming in the mail, so that will be replaced as soon as it comes in. I know how important that is, so that will definitely be getting replaced. And oil change, mower clean, deck clean, and the first cut with it. All done. See you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.